The Korean War, often referred to as the Forgotten War, was a significant military conflict that took place from 1950 to 1953 on the Korean Peninsula. It emerged as a result of the escalating tensions between the two major superpowers of the time, the United States and the Soviet Union, during the Cold War era. Let's delve into the causes, key events, and consequences of this conflict that shaped the geopolitical landscape of the Korean Peninsula and beyond. 1. Causes and background. 1. Division of Korea. After World War II, Korea was divided into two separate entities: the Communist Democratic People's Republic of Korea, North Korea, led by Kim Il-sung, and the Capitalist Republic of Korea, South Korea, led by Syngman Rhee. 1. The division was a result of the geopolitical interests of the Soviet Union and the United States. 2. Ideological differences. The ideological divide between communism and capitalism fueled tensions between the two Koreas and their respective allies. 2. The Soviet Union supported and armed North Korea, while the United States provided military aid to South Korea. 3. Invasion by North Korea. On June 25, 1950, North Korean forces launched a surprise invasion of South Korea, seeking to reunify the entire peninsula under communist rule. 3. This act of aggression marked the beginning of the Korean War. 1. Key events and turning points. 1. UN intervention. The United Nations Security Council, with the absence of the Soviet Union, passed a resolution authorizing military intervention to repel the North Korean invasion. 1. A multinational force, primarily led by the United States, was assembled to support South Korea. 2. Stalemate and shifting front lines. The war quickly turned into a brutal conflict with shifting front lines. 2. The North Korean forces pushed deep into South Korea initially, but a successful counteroffensive by the United Nations forces led to the recapture of Seoul and the push towards the Chinese border. 3. Chinese intervention. Fearing a border with a pro-Western state, China entered the war in late 1950, sending hundreds of thousands of troops to aid North Korea. 3. The Chinese intervention changed the course of the war, leading to a prolonged period of stalemate around the 38th parallel. 4. Armistice agreement. After 3 years of intense fighting and negotiations, an armistice agreement was signed on July 27, 1953, effectively ending the active hostilities. 4. The armistice established a demilitarized zone, DMZ, along the 38th parallel, which still exists today. 1. Consequences and legacy. 1. Human toll. The Korean War resulted in a significant loss of life and devastation. 1. It is estimated that millions of people, including soldiers and civilians, lost their lives during the conflict. 1. The war also led to widespread displacement and separation of families. 2. Geopolitical impact. The war had profound geopolitical implications. 2. It solidified the division of Korea into North and South, with each side developing distinct political, economic, and social systems. 2. It also intensified the Cold War rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union. 3. Stalemate and status quo. The Armistice Agreement left the Korean Peninsula in a state of armistice rather than a formal peace treaty. 3. As a result, North and South Korea remain technically at war, with tensions and occasional flare-ups continuing to this day. 4. Economic development. Following the war, South Korea embarked on a path of rapid economic development, transforming itself into one of the world's major economies. 4. In contrast, North Korea experienced economic challenges and international isolation,